When I first started doing coaching calls, I had like the same problem where I was just thinking like, okay, I'm going to sell my course, and I was giving weekly coaching calls as like a bonus. But if I had only sold 2 courses, I was thinking, well, no one's going to show up, or they're going to come and they're going to think, oh, how come there's only 2 people here or whatnot. And so what I did was every week I did like a Q&A with my group. What I taught was I had toured the world and I had done so many cool things as a musician, and I was teaching them how to do the same thing. And so what I did was I actually wrote down just primary questions that people ask anyway. Some of the things like big questions, hey, how do I book a tour? How do I, bill someone? How do I invoice someone? How do I put together a band? And when I would go on these Q&A sessions, if there was only 2 people there, I'd be like, all right, guys, I'll answer your questions. And then I have questions that the people who could not attend today also ask, and I'll get to those at the end. And what was great was it gave me this like safety, because I'm like, I'm not going to just be looking at the camera going, does anyone have any questions? And if no one has any questions, it's going to be awkward silence. Instead, I knew I'd have good questions, for myself, so there's no awkward silence. But then I knew those questions were actually things that musicians commonly were asking me anyway. So it would help even if there was only 2 people in my audience. Sometimes they didn't even know what to ask. So it's something that you could do as a coach too. Like if you're doing a weekly coaching and you're afraid of people showing up, or you haven't launched your weekly coaching because you're scared that only 4 people are going to show up, just say, hey, you know what? We have a few questions for people that couldn't attend today, and then answer really helpful, legitimate questions to your audience.